Hello and welcome to Under the Moons. So, what exactly is Outcast A New Beginning? You're here either because you've heard of it, seen it, or even played it.
Whoa, fuck!
Well, let's first get some context from the game's original title, Outcast 2 A New Beginning. That's right, it's a sequel. Now, this isn't exactly something like a Helldivers 2 situation where the original game came out a few years back and was a slightly different genre. See, the original Outcast was released all the way back at the end of the 20th century. Yet despite its old release date, Outcast established a combination of many leaps and bounds in the video game world. Large explorable 3D open worlds, voice lines for every character along with motion capture movements, a fantastic large orchestrated score, shadows for all characters, swimming, advanced NPC AI that interacted on a large scale via players' actions that influenced a morality meter, riding bald emus, voice artists who brought so much character to the Talan that each conversation felt like meeting a unique individual.
Hi there.
You sticky pile of z***.
The game's cinematic focus was so strong that a sudden appearance of a silhouette on a popcorn run could go unnoticed. And some game mechanics that I've not seen since, but I absolutely adore.
Do you know where Mar is?
That is him right there.
This open-world sci-fi action-adventure game was a definitive pin on the video game timeline that started with Tennis for Two, or some other earlier game that I'm sure someone will comment on. In short, Outcast was a 1999 PC game that won several accolades after receiving large critical praise. Due to its publisher, the series never went beyond the 90s, yet in 2014, the original creators of the game claimed back the rights and released it onto Steam, called Outcast 1.1. The game was then given a facelift, along with some mechanics, and was released again under the new title Outcast Second Contact, for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Soon after, THQ Nordic purchased the developer's Appeal, along with Outcast, so a true sequel could be made, with the end result being Outcast A New Beginning. And now, for the detailed version. Outcast invited players to explore a world created with voxels as opposed to the ever-dominant polygons, and this decision very much plays into giving the world its unique alien landscape. This world is called Adelpha, home to a large bipedal, slightly lizardish looking species, the Talan, a civilization that binds the architectural styles of a Middle Eastern-esque Bronze Age with a religious identity of one attuned to nature, the planet, and the spirit of the world's gods, creatively called the Yods. Except this religion is not one based purely on faith. The spirit of Adelpha is visibly real. The biomes of Adelpha are as vast as Earth, with the Talan race making home in each corner of the planet. From lush pastures to snow-capped mountains, damp marshes and dry deserts, even lands akin to living on the rim of a volcano. Each of these regions are travelled to through large gateways called Daokas. And yes, clearly there is a leap in technological power here, and the average Talan would agree with you. For these portals were found by the Talan, pulled up from dark oceans, found in barren landscapes. Many of the towns were built around these gates. The Talan weren't the first ones here, but that's not something we need to look into any closer for now. The Talan culture is guided by the classic elements of fire, water, earth, and air, and there will be much more to uncover and learn as you explore the new land of Ganzar in A New Beginning. In this sequel, you play as ex-Navy SEAL Cutter Slade. Hopefully, with the 90s context I've set up, we should all be on the same page as to why his name sounds so radical. And yes, this is the same Cutter from the original 99 game, I think. So, beyond his cool job title, who is he and what the hell is he doing here? The story of Outcast starts with Cutter being transported to the Arctic, in which a mission to establish a portal to a parallel world has caved in on itself. A large, world-destroying wormhole has opened up, and if it's not closed, it will soon be large enough to consume the planet. Cutter is assigned as security chaperone for the three scientists set on travelling through this wormhole to fix the problem. a problem caused when the first contact probe sent through was destroyed by an aggressive acting native. With the 2 lead scientists transporting before Cutter and the third to be sent through after, he soon wakes up on a firm yet large bed. No scientists in sight, just one terrifyingly large, lizard-looking chap, and a peculiar symbol on his chest. If you're enjoying this video so far, it would mean so much to me if you subscribed and left a like. We're so close to hitting another milestone. Please do also take a look through my channel, as there's far more to it beyond Outcast, and I make sure each video is given the same attention to detail and production value. And if you want to go the extra mile, please share this video. Your kindness and support means the world to me. And with that groveling done, let's get back to Outcast. On speaking to the scary-looking Guardian leader, Cutter learns that these Talan have been awaiting his arrival, as was foretold by the Great Prophet, dubbing him the Ulukai. That's right, we have a prophecy. Cutter was to bring peace to Adelpha by collecting ancient relics called Mons, and doing so would destroy the evil ruler, Feiran. The journey ahead involves battles with soldiers, giant creatures, uniting a broken culture to its roots, obliterating taxes.
Is there any way you could stop paying the taxes?
I would be reverted for sure if I even thought of doing such a thing.
Exploring dense forests that hold secrets to the past civilization of Adelpha. Jumping between rolling boulders and active lava pits. And convincing simple-minded village leaders like Ma here to start a revolution.
Is there any way I could convince you to stop your risk production?
No.
Outcast is a vast ocean of a game for 1999, with deep, expansive lore that adds to the world that many like myself have fallen in love with. And Outcast A New Beginning is something we've all been waiting for a very long time. As this was not the first time it's been attempted. Outcast 2: The Lost Paradise was a sequel that was deep in production when it was cancelled in 2001. But this too is a video for another day. In fact, it's a video I created years ago but is marked private for several years in respect for the developers, as the information I dove into in that video may be returning in A New Beginning. Who knows? In the near future, and at the end of this video, there might be a link to it, well, when you watch this. Now, with this dive into Outcast, I've tried to keep story spoilers vague, as I still believe it's a game that's worth playing all these years later. And it's never been easier, with both versions more accessible than ever. So, where does this leave us and Cutter at the start of Outcast A New Beginning? Well, this game's story has you, the new player, in mind, as it seems Cutter may be a little more clueless than the Talan were expecting, as it seems this whole world is all new to him once more.
What's a Daoka?
A question of why that will be answered in Outcast A New Beginning. If you have any questions about the series, please leave a comment and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Or another fanatic Outcast fan will answer for me. There are dozens of us. If you've enjoyed what you've watched today, please consider subscribing for more Outcast content and other stuff. I make videos based on what I want to watch, so it's a little chaotic. But I appreciate you all for being here. So until then, I'll see you next time under the moons. See you later.